This is the plaintiff, Jenna Stowe. She says she had a small COVID-safe party with a few kids, and the defendant's unruly child picked up a brick and threw it at her bouncy house, puncturing it. The defendant refuses to pay her for the value of the bouncy castle, and she's suing for its $400 rental cost. This is the defendant, Ashley Fox. She says the bouncy castle already had 9 quarter-sized holes in it, and it was already losing air. The plaintiff's trying to blame her son for the damage, but both of their sons were playing catch with the brick that punctured the hole, and the plaintiff should have been supervising them. She's accused of letting the air out.
All parties, please use your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says she was having a bouncy castle party and one of the defendant's kids threw a brick at it, punctured it, and ruined it. But the defendant says that the bouncy castle already had 9 holes in it, so she owes nothing. It's the case of, we got to bounce.
Have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Stowe, Ms. Fox, talk to me. Tell me what happened, Ms. Stowe. You were having a party for your child?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you call it?
My 4-year-old son.
A COVID-safe party for 4-year-olds?
Yes.
How do we have a COVID-safe party for 4-year-olds?
I'm sorry. We only invited a few people that live around here. We live in the country, so we don't really go anywhere. And I invited the people that I knew hadn't had any contact.
Yeah, you never really know, though, do you? Like in the bouncy house,
No.
all the kids are breathing on each other. I mean, I guess they're 4. They're probably not having too much contact with people. But bottom line is, you had a party, and what happened to the bounce house?
We had the party. I actually had to go to the store and get more ice, so I left. And when I come back is when I found out that Ashley's son, Jaden, had thrown a paved stone into the bouncy house, and it hit and ripped a hole in it.
Okay. And is this an accurate picture of the rip?
Yes. When it happened, Ashley grabbed a roll of flex tape and put it on the bouncy house where the rip was. But you can see how big it is.
All right. So you didn't see it happen, but when you got back to the party, she came up to you and she had her child apologize. Tell me how that went down.
Yes. She had Jaden apologize to me a few times, but I was understandably quite angry and didn't want to speak to any of them at the time. So she had him apologize a few times, but.
Okay. Is this is this your hand next to the brick showing me the size of the brick?
Yes, that's the paved stone. Yes, ma'am.
I'm impressed he was able to pick it up. Okay. Ms. Fox, tell me how it is that things happened. Talk to me.
Yes, we were invited to a birthday party, and my son and her son were playing with a brick, and Noah threw it to my son, and my son missed it, and it fell through the bounce.
Wait, so her son throws a brick at your kid, misses him, hits the bounce house, and you apologize? And make your son apologize for what?
Because I don't think I'm responsible for the hole. Because both boys are playing with it.
I know that what you said, if I believed it, would clear you. That is not what my question is. You just described a scenario where, according to you, her son throws an enormous heavy rock at your kid that could kill your kid, and instead misses, breaks their own bouncy house, but you brought your son over to apologize. How could both things be accurate? Because you wouldn't have anything to apologize for. You would turn around and look at her and say, your son almost killed my son. That's what you would say, right? You wouldn't be making your kid apologize if her son's rock throwing had caused this. So where does this come from? Because in a million years, you would not make your child apologize to her for that.
Welcome back to the People's Court. The defendant is saying that she is not paying for the damage to the bouncy castle because both her kids and the plaintiffs were both throwing bricks. So ain't her fault. Let's go back into the courtroom.
Your theory that the 2 of them were playing and the 2 of them are responsible, and how is it that you should have to eat all this? Let me ask you, Ms. Stowe, Do you have affidavits from any other witnesses, by the way, about how it went down or anything like that?
No affidavits. I just have my mother here. She was there also.
Oh, did she witness it?
Yes, she did. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I talk to your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Douglas, can you swear in?
Absolutely. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor?
Okay, can you tell me what you saw happen?
Yes, ma'am. We were at the birthday party. We had lawn chairs sitting around the bouncy house, and the kids were all playing. Ashley and I don't know, some family member of hers, cousin, niece, whatever was there. They were on their cell phones, looking straight at their cell phones, not paying any attention to the kids. Jaden picked up that stone and threw it in the bouncy house.
Jaden is her son?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
so you saw him do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. Okay, all right. Thank you. Can you go ahead and have your daughter sit back down again? Let me ask you, Ms. Fox, I understand that the boys were playing and your child certainly at the age of 4 wasn't trying to damage anything. And, you know, I don't like the phrase boys will be boys. I think we should raise them to be better than that. Because it's usually a phrase used to excuse bad behavior. But, you know, you brought him over, he apologized, like everything was so perfect until all of a sudden there's a cost to the damage. Because the idea is you're supposed to be supervising your kid. I'm not stupid, I had kids. I know we don't spend, 100% of the time staring at them. That's how they get into trouble, I know that. But the idea is that you're supposed to be supervising him, and if something like this happens, then you're supposed to, in the position where you're supposed to be supervising him, then you're supposed to take care of the damage, okay? So I am gonna order you to pay her the $400. Good luck, folks.
Those bounce houses, they can be a little dangerous when a lot of kids are jumping around in them and bouncing around in them, but if you take a bunch of 5-year-old boys and you throw in bricks or 4-year-olds and bricks inside the bounce house, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Bricks and boys in a bounce house.
It was, I guess he got it from outside the bounce house.
Yeah.
A good thing there wasn't a chainsaw sitting out there or something like that, I guess.
But that's, like I really do wish that we could eliminate the phrase boys will be boys. What can you do? Yeah, you can do something.
It gets overused. It can't be an excuse.
Maybe, when you have a party full of kids, you also shouldn't have bricks lying around.
Right. Absolutely.
There's an idea.
Okay, Cassie wants to know this. Hey, Harvey. My ex's new girlfriend continues to post pictures of my child on public social media pages without my permission. Are there any laws to protect a minor child from this? There's not a law per se, but if this is harassment, that's actionable and you can sue. See you next time.